Hi guys, my name is Eliza, and I'm here today to talk to you guys about Recovery Month and suicide prevention. So September is Recovery Month, it's also Suicide Prevention Month, and I want to tell you why I'm in recovery and ask you guys, why are you in recovery? So I was first diagnosed with major depression when I was 12. It was also the first time that I tried to kill myself. And it was the first time that I was ever hospitalized in a psychiatric hospital. For years and years, from the time I was 12 until I was 21, I was hospitalized. I was in rehabs, I was in detoxes, I was in emergency rooms, therapist's office, psychiatrist's office, outpatients, partial hospitalizations. I was over-medicated for most of my adolescence and in my early 20s. And I thought that's exactly who I was and who I would be for my whole life. I was on disability, and I was pretty comfortable with the idea that my whole life would be spent identifying as somebody who was mentally ill and not somebody who has a child, not somebody who loves to write and draw. I was Eliza, and I was depressed, and I was anxious, and I was struggling, and I was alone. I felt so isolated and different from everybody around me, and I wanted so desperately to be happy. I just didn't know how, and I didn't think it was possible. And so when I was 18, I had a really serious suicide attempt, and from there, I got a lot more serious about wanting to be better. Despite that, I still did not have the tools that I needed to begin to move forward. I had no idea that it was possible, and there was many times, even after that attempt, that I thought I would never be okay. And so when I was 21, I found out that I was pregnant, and I gave birth to my daughter, and throughout my pregnancy, I began to realize that the things that I had experienced as a child with a mom who struggled with mental illness and addiction, they hurt me to the core, and I felt such a strong love and urge to protect my daughter, who I hadn't met yet, that I began to do things that were scary, such as not self-harming when I felt like the world around me was falling apart, and it's so easy to feel like that sometimes. Not allowing myself to feel suicidal as a coping skill when I was depressed or anxious or having an issue with somebody that I cared about. I began to speak with my therapist openly, and I also came off of all of my medications for the first time in 10 years. So being unmedicated and pregnant was very difficult. Towards the end of my pregnancy, I went back on an antidepressant for my health and for my child's health. And after I gave birth, I went back off of it, and I continued. So through this leap of faith of deciding that I would not self-harm and I would not kill myself, I kind of began to build this momentum, and things began to feel different for me. So this month, I am able to say that I am a person in recovery. I haven't self-harmed in almost 2 years. I've been sober for 2.5 years, I want to say, and I have not had a suicide attempt since I was 20, and I haven't been hospitalized since I was 20. So I'm 23 now, so that's a pretty big thing for somebody who never thought they would be who they wanted to be as a young person. So I'm in recovery for myself, I'm in recovery for my daughter, and I'm in recovery to show other people that it's possible and that life is beautiful and happy, and that there's nothing dividing you from anyone else despite what you're going through. So happy Recovery Month, guys. Happy Suicide Prevention Month, guys. I want to hear about why you're in recovery. I want to hear why suicide prevention and recovery matters to you. And I would love if you would share your videos and share them with us at turningpointct.org, on our Facebook page, on our website. You can send them to us, And thank you so much for listening. Bye.